Hello, rail friends. Welcome to Dalton, Georgia. It's Friday afternoon, and we are looking for some excitement, specifically NS188 coming north, leading with some Canadian power today. We are between the signals. This is one of my spots I love, next to the crossing down the way. We don't have gates and bells, but we do have double signal indications, both north and southbound, trackside, for a great location. It is Friday afternoon, sun's behind us. It sets us up for some perfect shots. And right now, as you already saw, green on the Atlanta North District for Norfolk Southern. Closest track to us, CSX WNA sub. We do have a southbound coming. For those of you who have been listening to the bird cam, there is an incident, we understand, with a grain train with a locomotive possibly on fire over at Lookout Valley. Not confirmed. I haven't been there. I haven't seen it, but it's what I've been told. Jesse from Whistleboard Productions is up in that area. He's going to let us know, and we appreciate the calls from all of our rail friends out there about what was going on up there. There's been limited conversation on the scanner about it, but like I said, they have been discussing it on the bird cam with CSX Jacksonville. So as the story evolves, y'all let us know. Anybody have pictures, please send them on in. We hope the train crew and everybody is okay, and that's all we know at this point. But like I said, we are trackside. We're ready. It's Friday afternoon. We are live. If it's your first time with us, Casey and I, what you see literally happens 6 to 8 seconds before you see it. So if I get a wave, you see it shortly after I do. And like I said, shortly 6 to 8 seconds. We are here in the CSX Dalton yard, where CSX controls the diamond down to my right, which would be south from us at Control Point Hare, where CSX WNA sub is on the far side, crosses over the Atlanta North District, and S line ends up on this track literally in front of the camera. You'll be so close, you'll feel the warmth of that locomotive going by. So we're looking for a good time wherever we go. It's always a good time. And right now, northbound, highball green, as Robert Cox would say. We miss him. We all think of him, and I hope the family's doing okay. And Mrs. Cox, here's to you. But everybody, like I said, Robert would say, highball green is what we would read. All right, everybody, let's get back trackside. I still got a couple more things to do, but we're ready. We got the speed check gun going. We got the scanner on. We got the second scanner on. We're here. So let's get ready.
Northbound.
Listening to the bird cam, they're talking to 171, but I don't know what's going on. Bye. you guys here on Rail Moments. Southern car. All right, let me grab a monitor, everybody, and catch up with y'all. Welcome to Rail Moments in Dalton, Georgia. And yes, Todd, horn salutes wanting sign is up. Yes, KCS 4671 second back on our northbound CSX. So you guys up in Tunnel Hill, Ringgold, you guys get ready. He's next up to you. He is meeting us southbound, so you probably have a two train meet there in Tunnel Hill. Hey everybody, it's good to see y'all. I just got a call from Jesse, and yes, there was a locomotive incident involving fire. It did not look like it was to a huge degree, but it is out in Cummings Highway at Browns Ferry. Jesse with Whistleboard Productions, we all hang out a lot together. You all know Jesse. He did go out and check it out. Couldn't get close to it. Looked like everybody was okay. Obviously, emergency vehicles here, there, and what have you. So, yes, if you are listening to the bird cam, there is an incident, and yes, it is out that way. Back here, let's catch up. Who's all here? Who was first on today? Whoa, it looks like Todd was first on today. Quick like a bunny, coming up for Easter. Hello, Mama Bear. How are you? How's Colt? Hey, James, son, how are you? The BNSF coal train went through right when we got here. I mean, he was literally blowing the horn going south. So he is a NS locomotive in the front, second back BNSF with two pumpkins on the rear DPU. But he has already gone south. Eugene, glad to see you're doing well. Hello, Barry Miller. Where are we hanging out today? Well, to be specifically, we are at a public park that they built with an amphitheater here in downtown Dalton. Right behind me is the historic passenger depot. Right on the other side of that bridge is the historic freight depot, the visitors and welcome center. We are, a block and a half from where we normally are down at the other crossing. When I spin you south that way, north over my left shoulder is where we are a lot of time. This location's really cool. Matter of fact, Crash was here last night. You have the signal southbound for both the siding and the W&A main and the Atlanta North District main. So, as you can see, another highball green at the far end, at the north end. That is Control Point North Dalton, Middle Dalton, and Hare, depending on which railroad company you're with. And from this point, you have a direct line, especially when we have the telescopic lens on. You can see right up the diamond. So, like that last train, you can see them crossing over NS and coming literally right at you on your living room couch as they come across, and then they make the bend. We are 20 feet off the track here in the public parking lot, and we're gonna have a good time. We are looking for, so y'all keep an ear open for NS188. He is that train has Canadian Power leading that train northbound, so we hope to catch him. We were headed out to Coffey's Cliff. Then we decided, well, on 370 last night, which we planned to come down and catch, the two bad order locomotives, which we had planned on catching last night, came down. Well, as y'all know, Trump was in Rome, and that, to my understanding, closed the railroad at 3 different points. So 370 took forever, and sometime after 10, 11 o'clock last night, came through with those locomotives on the front. They were reported earlier down at the fuel racks. NS188, the Delaware and Hudson. They were reporting sitting there at the fuel racks at gate 5. Well, they have since moved. And also the Wabash. They were still lashed together. Both locomotives are in the yard or have been moved away from that spot, and I would guess back into the yard because both have bad orders. So they came up last night on 370, but they are not at gate 5 anymore. So we decided, okay, we knew 188 was coming up. Somebody sent us a report seeing it go past, excuse me, Austell. So we came on up, got set up here. Then right after that, we got calls about the engine situation with that locomotive out on Cummings Highway, so Lookout Valley. But we were already here and ready to do the live button. So Jesse went to check it out, see what he could catch for us, get any pictures, whatever, find out if everybody's okay. Appears to be that everybody is. So we're gonna hang out here. May finish the afternoon here. Dinner's with Mrs. S after 6:30 tonight. So I was only 3 hours late for dinner the other night on Wednesday. As you know, that's family night. Mrs. S cooks, so we're going to take her out to dinner tonight since she let me stay and hang out with all of you. So that kind of brings us up to date. If it's your first time, please tell us you're on. Where are you located? If you haven't subscribed, now's the time to do so. That way you can chat with us. Any questions you have, somebody on here is going to know the answer. And if not, we'll just tell Todd to make one up for you. But no, seriously, somebody that's on this live stream today, and like I said, it is live. Whatever happens here, you see 6 to 8 seconds after I do it. So, welcome to Dalton, where 80% of the world's flooring is made within 25 miles of where we are all standing right now. We've got the sign up, horn salutes wanted, or horn salutes needed, I should say. So let's see how it works today. We did it the other night down at the crossing. Man, we got all kinds of horn honks as everyone went across. So that was a lot of fun, but thought we'd do something different today between the signals so we can catch what's coming next. It is the 20th of February, 2026. That way you know what day it is. In case we talk about something that's happening tomorrow, you'll know when tomorrow is, and you don't watch this 3 weeks from now and go do something tomorrow that you think we're doing and we aren't. And not sure what we are doing yet tomorrow. A lot of times we wait until we see what the weather is and what everybody has sent me notes and says, hey, so-and-so's here, such and such there. Hey, this is going on. New gates, new this, new that. So everybody, it's good to have you all here. Barry Miller, good to have you on. Thanks for being with us. Hello, Tara. Hey, everybody tell Tara congratulations. The snow is gone. The mean, big, ugly bunny has defrosted. And she's got her Crocs out today and her Nikon, and she caught a clean, shiny tag 4851 up in Virginia today. Trackside in her train hunting outfit. Looking good. She got a clean, shiny locomotive. So everybody tell Terry, good job on the tag. Hello, James. Good to see you. Hi, Back Squatch. Hey, that's 188, you guys. the sign worked! Well, no wonder he's solo. There's not enough train there to pull. What do y'all think? Did the sign work? Man, we got enough horn blasts to last us all the way through to the next train. You can tell it's warm out today because the bugs are back out. Crash said the other night they were here, and you know what? He wasn't kidding. They are. Welcome again, everybody. If y'all are missing the tag, Tara sent a note to each and every one of you. The tag is up in Virginia with her. She's got her croc hunting shoes on today. Yeah, James, the D&H came in on a bad order, and don't know how bad the order is, but it's bad enough to come riding up behind the locomotives and into the yard last night. Bag squawks of them saw it today down by gate 5, but it has moved from there. Todd, this is really a cool spot because you get signals from both directions. You know what? My little head's getting hot.
Lenny Thomas knows economic growth starts with backing up local employers to help create good things.
I do have the bird cam on, so we will get commercials from now and then. And yes, as you guessed, we have to graph it too before there's any copyrighted music there. Well, James, you got your wish. NS188 with a solo Canadian leader through Dalton, on his way up to Cohutta, Varnell, and he'll go up past Long, where he'll see Nate. We got biting bugs already this morning, or this afternoon. He'll see Nate up there at Control Point Long, make the swing at Ottawa, and head on towards Chattanooga. Don't forget, everybody, it's like John said the other night, smash that like button like a NS switcher getting ready to couple up to a train to push it back into the yard. If it's your first time, subscribe. That way you get notification anytime we go live. And we do this on a regular basis. We try to do at least 5 times a week, sometimes more, sometimes less. Hey, guess what we got? Crash, you're right. Don't blink, because 188 will be gone before you even got a chance to see it. And Crash, how are you doing today? It was good to see you last night. Dixie Productions? Yes! We had a KCS unit on our first train, and we just had a solo Canadian Power leading on our northbound train, and we have CSX next up. And the mean biting ladybugs are back. And if you're not familiar, like I said, Todd asked, and then Todd said, looks like the sign's working. That's the sign. Horns, salutes, wanted. Up on the signal tower, green over red on the W&A subline. And when this train goes by, watch the EOT, you'll see literally he'll go straight away from us and go from right to left and cross over the NS tracks for the Atlanta North, and then run right along the CSX cars that are over there on the CSX siding. Not sure what it says, but y'all can decode it. They're talking to our 188 that went by. They want them
only
to
got one in. Is that okay for you?
pick up some folks there at Control Point Long, which is just north of Arnell.
They only got one engine. Is that okay for you? I can be 188. Did you hear them? I can barely hear you. 188. Did you hear them? Either 123 on the east side, over. DT answering over. 188, I can hear you. Go ahead, 188. DT answering over. Alright, 188, I can hear you. Go ahead, 188. 50, can you, 208 me? They have one engine. Is that okay with you? Over? He said no. Alright. Alright, just stand by there. I'll pick up Alpha plane 2. Stand by. Alright, copy. He said no. Alright. Alright, just stand by there. I'll pick up Alpha plane 2. Stand by.
That's a good one.
154. across the diamond we are. $154.19, I believe, is what he called on our southbound.
y'all not at 188. We don't have a ride for y'all. That's the reason why we're trying to get y'all to ride on. I know there's only one, but I mean, we have no PTI. So, I mean, our only option is Uber, and Uber's not going to pick up at long.
We have no PTI. So, I mean, our only option is Uber, and Uber's not going to pick up a trip at long Georgia.
I mean, I'll be able to get an Uber when the gate gets into Chattanooga, and we'll put a return trip on. The only way we're only going to get an Uber. Oh.
I'll be able to get an Uber when 188 gets into Chattanooga, and then we'll put a return trip on it. That's the only...
That's what we're working with right now. She's out.
Yep, that's what we're working with right now. I think she's out.
Excuse me. Hey everybody. We had talked earlier that there was an incident up at Cummings Highway at Browns Ferry with a reported locomotive fire to some degree, and Jesse was up in that area, so he swung by to check it out and said yes, there was something going on. Ironically, Progressive Railroading wrote this, had this article that in 2025, we got a band pulling in. It looks like they're going to do maybe do a little amphitheater action this weekend here in downtown Dalton. So that means we won't be anywhere close to here tomorrow or tonight, whenever that starts, because as you all know, copyrighted music and a live stream or anything that is of that nature does bring the live to a huge problem. So we'll show you the truck here a little bit, but he's backing in over on the back side of the amphitheater. But anyhow, read this article today in Progressive Railroading, and ironically, like I said, we have an incident with the locomotive today. And in 2025, it says that CSX completed 75 first responder incident training sessions and educated 5,645 first responders in the skills and knowledge that they need to handle an emergency involving a train. What valve, what this means, what that means, and I got to do that firsthand, and it was incredibly cool. I did it with the NS safety training team, and that train was phenomenal. Got to sit up in the 911 locomotive, got to go inside those big tankers, got to go in the classrooms, and we actually filmed it in Lula, Georgia. Filmed it live, that event, while they were doing it with several of the different fire departments, and you can go back and see that video. It's in the library. But anyway, it goes on to say that the CSX Responder Incident Training, RIT program, provides first responders, emergency managers, and public safety officials with hands-on experience and critical insights into rail incident response. Training sessions focus on rail equipment familiarization, hazardous materials awareness, and coordinated emergency response. And last year they enhanced the whole training program with an introduction of a new training locomotive. I don't know, have any of you seen the CSX training train or been involved with it? And the specialized unit enables participants to train directly on rail equipment and engage in simulated emergency scenarios that CSX officials reported in a press release. And CSX is proud to share their expertise and work alongside first responders. And what a great program that is. Again, that's from Progressive Railroading. And it's a newsletter. You can sign up, kind of keep up with all the different things going on, but kind of a ironic thing, I printed that to bring with us today, and poof, we have an incident response situation. So just think what that means. If they're in your hometown and something goes wrong, and that train's been through, that training unit has been in your area, and your first responders went, and they know exactly what to do, how to do it, when to do it. So that's kind of a cool piece of information. We are currently sitting on regs, looking north and south at the signal indications. Siding car over there on the far side. Like I said, the music wagon has just pulled up, and they're rolling some band equipment. He pulled right next to us and backed in. And we are next to the amphitheater here in downtown Dalton. Yeah, there comes a young rail fan. He's all set, got the tripod, he's ready to go. Checking the signals, he knows what he's looking for.
NS188.
NS188's already gone by. He had a Canadian Power solo on him. Yeah, currently he's sitting up at Control Point Long. There's the amphitheater and our flag. Everybody here has heard about NS188 today. And that crew gave us an incredible horn show past here. If anybody's trackside or Mama Bear, anybody got any reports, anything coming north or south? Bag Squawks, you guys on today? area railfanner, 188 from the last radio commission, or transmission I should say, that we heard is at control point long, and they are tying 188 down at that point. So out there on Howardsville Road is where 188 is currently sitting, to the best of my knowledge. And CT was discussing the fact that they were going to tie down there. So if you're waiting for him to come north, I don't believe that's going to happen, or at least not at this moment. We hear any more communication, I'll let you know. So at this point, like I said, he is stopped south of you. If you know where control point long is, where it goes from 2 to 1, right there before Alabama Highway. Everybody has a favorite. You just heard Todd's. And Tony wants me to remind you, if you're a Cowan Railroad member, the museum annual meeting is coming up on the 26th of March. And Railfan Day at the Cowan Railroad Museum is going to be May 16th. And if you're not, yeah, Mama Bear, you are 24/7. If you're not a member at the Cowan Railroad Museum, hey, change that today. $20 gets you a membership for a year to the Cowan Railroad Museum. Fix that sign so he doesn't blow over again. As we look back southbound. Here on the 20th of February, 2026.
Do me a favor. If you refresh it, see if it works now.
Okay. Well, you can. I won't put the camera on until you're ready. Just come on over about right there, then talk a little loud. Tell me when you're ready, okay?
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. Take it away. You're on.
I'm 1069 Virginian because my favorite heritage unit's the Virginian.
Your favorite's the Virginian, huh?
Yeah.
Awesome. And we saw the Southern together?
Yeah.
Do you have a channel?
Yeah, it's 1069 Virginian.
Kid 69 Virginian. Everybody, Kid 69 Virginian. Check it out. And he's down railfanning today with us. We've had all kinds of people here. What else you want to tell everybody?
It's weird because on Monday I sold the Penn Central, and then on Saturday I also sold the Wabash.
So that was a big day.
Yeah.
Any other news you want to share with us?
No.
All right. I got you off the screen. You're good to go.
And I just got flashed at it.
You got what?
That one's still wrong.
Changed that password and I don't remember part of All right, we got CSX green.
Searching for the simplest
Be going north.
Hims can help. You'll start by answering some basic questions about your health. 100.
Let's see where that's coming from. Oh, up and over the overpass. Y'all know copyrighted music makes me nervous. Some siding cars here. I'm gonna guess. Well, at first I thought it was power, but now it's a BOMER maybe. Signature on that one, Mongo. Look at the face on the, I don't know, whatever you want to call him. Looks like a Muppet sticking his head up over the top of those letters. Our next train up, W&A Subline. So you'll get to see the Diamond in action again, where he will go from the left side over the NS, Atlanta North Division line, or district line I should say, and come literally to the camera. Friday afternoon, everybody on their way home, where it's currently 4:27 Eastern Standard Time, as we hang out trackside with all of you here on Rail Moments. Thanks for being on. And for those of you not familiar with what Yero was talking about, that is the show that we do every Sunday, Best of the Rail Show, and it's made up of viewer submissions and videos, stills, anything train related, favorite graffiti, favorite locomotive, artistic shot, whatever the case may be. And then once the show's over, it goes into the library so you can see some of the 30 plus that we've done, and submissions from all over the country. So the cool thing is, something you didn't get to see in Texas, you get to see on the show, or a lot of times something you missed locally, you get to see on the show, so you didn't miss it because you were at work like I am at job one. So you just go to railmoments.com, drop it in the slot like you're sending the mail off, but you don't need a stamp, it's free. And then we go through, Casey and I do, and we pick our picks for each of the category. Then Casey makes a short and posts it after the show sometime that week, and for the submissions that we selected in each of the categories. So please make sure you participate, and don't wait to the last minute. Casey pulls those videos down at 5:15 Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. He also sends the series over to Ray, who picks best composition photograph, and he also takes the names off. So when we make our decision, we are totally unaware of whose pictures we are looking at. You are all anonymous to us. And then obviously Casey puts the names back later. And Chattanooga area rail fanner, are you still trackside north of us? And if so, what do we got for southbound action coming our way? Chattanooga area, let us know. We got anything coming southbound from your way? If so, give us a heads up what it is. As y'all just saw the note from Chattanooga area railfanner, NS188 is on the move northbound, and he is through Appleton. So if you're out at the Spooky Water Tower or Bootleggers, you will be seeing 188 with Canadian Power solo Canadian Power on the head end of 188 today. Alright, Chattanooga area railfanner says he is past Bootleggers. That will put him on his way to Summit, coming across over to Hickory Valley in Jersey. Y'all get to see him on the TVRM cam. Saw a picture of TVRM Southern 4501 today, and he is still in the color that we saw him last week. He's still in his black livery color. They have not started painting on 4501. Saw an updated picture, like I said, just today. Oops, Todd, there went the sign. Hello, Chuck. Good to see you. I think somebody just made it out. They were talking about 6474, CSX 6474. If my count's right, third back on that switcher, a GP, an EMD GP 40-2. So, hey, as you all saw, we already got green on the NS line northbound. We've already heard the two blasts, so that train's sitting just south of us at the crossing. Let's get turned around. NS northbound here in downtown Dalton. NS 26C intermodal on its way. Comes the pigs, piggybacks, UPS. There goes 26C headed up to Chattanooga area railfanner up in Appleton. So we're sending you one north. Time for you to send us one south. All right, we had a great question.
Answering over. 188, Dalton on occasion there.
188 still rolling.
288 over. Yeah, crossing over Jersey, got about something.
All right. For those of you not reading the chat or may not have it on, the question is, why does a train or the train wheels hum as you hear when they go by, in addition to the click and the clack, which comes from the joints and the rails, but the hum is the sound of the steel wheels and the rails vibrating at a particular frequencies. Hang on.
And that's fine, pull up to the depot. And you'll have it over. Bring you guys back to long over. Take you to 150.
You'll have it over there to bring you guys back to long over. Take you to 152.
So basically the hum are the steel wheels interacting with the rails as they roll against each other, creating a frequency that causes that hum. And as the train rolls,
How long? Just look, there's a 152 tied down. I need to pick them up and bring them to the depot with you. They're not answering my radio. I'm trying to think the big you can hear. You guys can check to see if they're on the train. And you're gonna ride up to depot. That'd be great. Over.
You guys can just check to see if they're on the train. And you're gonna ride up to the depot. That'd be great. Over.
Yep, that is correct. Over.
a little courier service going on. So back to what we were talking about, the actual humming part is when the train rolls and the contact between the wheel and the rail is not perfectly smooth. There are tiny bumps and roughness on both surfaces, and that makes the wheel and the rail vibrate as each axle passes over. Those vibrations travel through the wheel, axle, and rail like in a bell or a tuning fork. You know, as you hit that little tuning fork up against something and it does that buzz tune sound. Same exact concept, and that's what you hear as a hum, which is the mix of those ringing frequencies. And once that train gets up to a speed on a certain track, the bumps and the contact forces repeat very regularly. So he's on that straightaway, consistent speed, rolls along. It's almost a sleep time melody on that train. So you get that smooth hum or singing rails. So that is what you're hearing, basically the interaction of the wheels against the rails on those trains as they go by. And somebody asked the other day, why at the end of the train do I hear like a wind noise? And that is because the EOT device operates off of the airline. And as the airline rolls out through the EOT device, there's a little wheel that it creates a spinning. And as that wheel spins, it creates electricity, which powers the EOT. So in the old days, they used to have to keep a battery on them and charge them up before they went out and what have you. Now, they're basically driven wind power. So let's listen to what's going on NS, and then we'll kind of get back. Chattanooga area rail fair looks like, or it sounds like all this communication is for stuff out at Long. And then you saw John's comment about the being lighter. And it looks like maybe we are having that music event tonight here in Dalton, as I hear they've got some bouncies up. The air motors driving that air through, the kids jumping on them. Some folks assembling. Police are arriving to direct traffic. That might cause our live to end a little short when that music begins, because if it picks up that copyright, as we talk so many times, poof, the end of the live. Our flag over the Georgia flag here in downtown Dalton. Lots of people are starting to arrive in the park.
I just spoke with the bad radio service over there. You just go look for that one too. They'll be right there. Go ahead, over. 188, okay, north signal on the K, on 1 and 10 Bridge Lingo. Copy, 188, okay, north signal on the K, on 1 and 10 Bridge Lingo.
Yeah, everybody, they are starting to crank up the music here. We are going to try and sit tight long enough to catch one more northbound through Dalton. And then we're going to probably have to wrap it up as the sounds like the music event is getting ready to start and more people are coming and they are closing off the street and all kinds of cool things going on here in Dalton. So we're going to listen for that horn on our next northbound, where we have a highball green on the Atlanta North District NS track. As it sounds like there's all kinds of trains sitting here and there between us and the Chattanooga Yard. Crash is filling us in. Yeah, Todd, we're not, like I said, once we get up in the morning, we'll kind of decide to see where we go. Haven't really decided. Maybe go to the cliff, just because we are backlit at that point. But music is cranking up here. Where hopefully we can get our other northbound in to us before we have to pull the plug with all that music starting. So y'all sit tight. And we got northbound green.
Yes, sir.
I see we're reading a note from Crash. What's going on tonight here in Dalton? Let's get back to that note that he wrote. It is, they're having Mardi Gras Spirit Night. Parade at 5:30 and pep rally for Dalton State Roadrunners. Okay, we got horn. And this will have to be our last one of the night, because that music is, they're starting to play different songs, etc. So here we go, northbound. I see auto racks. There's the eyeball. There's our money bag. Empty auto racks. Erase. Dynamite! Run, green guy, run! Here comes our DPU. Oh, here comes our big blue guy. Well, Todd, sign worked pretty good that time. Fantastic horn salutes for all of you. Well, everybody, the events, the Mardi Gras events are getting ready to start up here. The parade's getting ready to start. They're firing up the music, and y'all know what that means. Mike's going to get chased out of the pocket between the signals here in Dalton. So, remember, tell the one you love how much they mean to you. Give them a hug, spoil them, and we will see y'all at the next crossing somewhere tomorrow morning on Saturday. As the music begins, we ride into the sunset. Thanks, everybody, for being on Rail Moments, and you all have a fantastic evening till we see you in the morning.